Hi everyone, I'm Anna Zobel and I'm a Diamond Beachbody coach and I'm a nurse and nurse practitioner now. And I want to share with you basically how to survive and even thrive when your life is like crazy busy. um, because I just went through the experience of getting my nurse practitioner degree and being in school in that kind of a program in itself is kind of crazy, but I chose to do the part-time program because I wanted to keep working. And so I was working 2 night shift jobs and doing the part-time program. And at the same time, I was making big changes in my life as far as, actually they were small changes kind of accumulating. As far as losing weight, during that program, I lost over 40 pounds and 40 inches. And also I started building my Beachbody business. And so, anyway, so I want to just share a couple of tips with you. If you're going through a hard time in your life or a busy time in your life and you have no time for anything and you feel like you're just surviving. Believe me, I know how that feels. I always joked, I had the analogies of like the information that they would give me in school was like trying to drink from the fire hose. It's like, how much are you going to retain if somebody just blasts you with this fire hose of information? Um, anyway, so as far as, surviving and, even being able to improve your life during that time. And of course, first you have to actually have goals. Like my goals were to, finish the program, graduate. But I did have personal goals and goals to lose weight, goals to improve my life, that kind of thing. And I even made vision boards during that time, and it's kind of fun to look back on those. And some of the goals I didn't make on that, but there's a lot of goals that I was surprised that I did make. And so first survival tip is that you need to multitask. And I know some of you aren't multitaskers, so if you want, you can ignore this, but this is how I was able to, get a lot done and still be sane. So my biggest multitasking tip is to listen to personal development, or if you're in school, listen to even the lectures or the, books and that kind of thing while you're doing other things. And so for me, my routine to this day is that I wake up and then while I'm doing my workout, which I do workout videos, I turn on, first I listen to some spiritual things. There's some great talks from my church that I listen to from General Conference. I listen to the Ensign magazine, and then I also listen to it reads the scriptures to you. So yeah, and the other multitasking thing I do is I read the scriptures while I'm getting ready in the morning. I know that sounds crazy, but so I do that. Say my prayers, start listening to something spiritual first, and then I listen to something that's a personal development, either a book or I have audible.com that I listen to, or something on YouTube. So and I'm doing that while I'm working out. So then other multitasking things I would do is like, I multitask, just basic housework things like putting stuff in the washer, and while clothes are washing, you're doing something else. While I listened to, while I was folding clothes, I'd be listening to things. While I was driving, I'd be listening to things. And if you're in school, the best thing is if you can get your books on, the ebooks, then you can like highlight it. And at least on my Mac laptop, I could push like Control T, or you can set it up so that it would actually read the book to me. And yes, I know some of you guys are probably freaking out right now, like, but then you don't get all the content. The thing is some is better than nothing. Because when you're that busy, if you don't listen to it while you're doing something else, it just might not get done. And so, and I would even listen to my books and lectures because I did online school. I would listen to the lectures, at work when I was working those night shifts. If I was sitting down to just chart vital signs and that kind of thing, then I'd listen to the lectures, or I'd highlight the discussion board and listen to that. So that's the biggest tip, is multitasking. So then the next tip, though, is don't multitask your relationships. So, and this has just been in the last little bit, when we were both in school, it was just crazy. And so, we're pretty proud of ourselves, my husband and I, that, we stayed together during school and our marriage survived. But now that we're out of school, I work a lot on my, with my Beachbody challenge groups and everything. I'm online a lot. But I'm trying to be better at being present and not multitasking, at least when he comes home from work. And when he comes home, I try to just close my laptop, put down my phone and look at him and listen. And so anyway, so make sure that you do that. Now, there are times when you're together that you could multitask a little bit. And this is, and I've shared this in other videos, we watch Netflix together a lot. And so, so if I hadn't done my workout yet that day, for instance, when I was working night shifts, I'd get up in the afternoon, he would come home from school or from work, and our time together was me doing my workout video. My workout video is on my laptop on the floor next to the TV, and then he would play something on Netflix that we both enjoyed. And so anyway, so I kind of multitasked our time together, which was fine. I mean, we talked while we were doing this. Anyway, then another tip is to be a progressionist, not a perfectionist. So I have a lot of friends that are kind of perfectionists, and they admit to me that, yeah, I want to start working out, or I want to do this or that, but I start thinking about how I don't have time to do it perfectly, and then I just don't even start. So I want to, give this message to all you that, think, everyone that feels like they have to do all or nothing. The problem with that is that often you choose nothing, and then nothing changes in your life. So don't be an all or nothing. Do some is better than nothing. At least change small things. And so think about that. I want you to be a progressionist, not a perfectionist. And I got that from one of my friends who's a perfectionist. And she said she's just working on progressing in her health, being a little bit better than yesterday. If you couldn't do the whole workout video, then today you do a few minutes more, that kind of thing. So, and then avoid analysis paralysis. And that means those people, like my friends that are Beachbody coaches with me, maybe they try to learn everything about Beachbody coaching before they do anything. So make sure that, yes, you need to learn things, and yes, you need to improve your life, but even if you can't be perfect at something, you need to start. You need to start by doing something positive, and start right now, and my favorite example is with my eating. If I just messed up, I ate, my favorite thing is dark chocolate chips, but I end up eating probably a good, let's be honest, 10 serving sizes of the chocolate chips. Then instead of, getting down on myself and thinking, oh, I'm such a bad eater or whatever, I have to keep that positive mental attitude. And so I tell myself I'm still a good, a healthy eater, and I eat something healthy right then. I eat a baby carrot, and that gets the taste out of my mouth, and then it also helps me to keep that in my mind that, even though I'm not perfect, my favorite thing to tell people is, just because you had one bad meal or one, basically binge of chocolate or whatever, don't throw away all of your entire healthy eating plan. just start again right then. And then my last tip today is to make small changes and make them a habit. So I've just made little small changes through the years. I mentioned that I read the scriptures in the morning. I started with just like one paragraph, and then I did like one column, like one side of one page. And now I'm reading like one page, and I actually do it in the morning and at night, and that's because I worked night shift. And so, some people would say, oh, I read the scriptures in the morning. I'm like, okay, well, what's the morning? Is that like when I wake up, or in the afternoon, or is that in the morning? So I just do it both times so that I just get it done. And then I read one page in the morning and one page in the evening. And then the other small changes I've made small changes to my eating, to my exercise, and I've talked about that in other videos, how I started with P90X and I tried to do everything with it, but then I wasn't, able to do the diet part yet. And so I focused on one change and made it a habit. So I was like, I'm going to work out 6 days a week with this program and just focus on that. And I did that for the full 90 days. And then I did it for another 90 days. And then the third 90 days is when I finally, changed my eating habits by writing down everything I ate. And then again, I made a small change. I was like, I'm going to just write down everything I eat. I'm not even going to limit myself. I'm just going to keep a record. And just doing that, just being more mindful of what I was eating and how much I was eating, totally helped me lose another 20 pounds. Of course, I was still working out. So I had the one habit already made, and then I started the new habit. So, and then I've done that with other things, with personal development. I was reading the book by Darren Hardy, and of course right now I'm blanking on it, but he said, to keep a gratitude journal, and to keep a gratitude journal about your spouse, your loved one. And so I started, leaving the gratitude journal right there, where I would get it every evening. And so I write just a few things I'm grateful for that day. And then I also have like a separate sheet of paper that I'm writing, at least one thing I'm grateful for my husband each day. And then that's kind of like my gift to him. Like back in October, it was my gift for his birthday, and then it was my gift for Thanksgiving, and then it was my gift for Christmas. It's like a whole new list each time. And then I gave him one for Valentine's Day, So anyway, so I hope that this is helping you guys. And my call to action for you is to start now to choose one small thing that you can change in your life, and to do it even if you can't do it perfectly. So I hope you have a great day, and make sure that you find me on Facebook. There's a link below to find me on Facebook, or there's another link that you can get the free Team Beachbody membership for me to be your coach.